Okay, right here we have the Spider-Man v Venom maquette from Sideshow. There's a Spider-Man fist, Venom fist, Spider-Man and Venom logo, Venom on one side, lethal protector, Spider-Man vs. Venom, New York City, greatest fight. In the back, another fight poster shot. Venom on one side, Spider-Man on the other. Very cool box art. I love the box art. Like them old school boxing posters. I love it. Spider-Man on this side, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And then there's all the pieces in the box still wrapped. Here's the base out of the box, out of the styrofoam, unwrapped. Really nice looking base. Look here, you see all the weathering on the bell, like that rust, the green patina, and like the green oxidization. Very, very cool looking. Like you see how they have it all oxidized on the inside, the chip coming out, like they oxidized it just right with the patina, like just the cracks, everything is mwah. It's a really well-crafted statue. Like, look at those cracks and the detail in the building, and you could see the shine, the glisten coming off the symbiote there. Like, the contrast between the symbiote and the brick. You could see some purplish, like, blue colors coming through there. You could see it over there more. The purple and the blue mixed in with the black. It's not just jet black, and they put that sheen over the whole thing. It came out really nice. I like the way the symbiote looks, like alive with that blue sheen. Yeah, it's kind of hefty. Here's the bottom of the base. Again, the fight poster motif with the brick. I got number 912 out of 1500. You could still smell the paint from the paint marker on it. The paint from the whole thing, probably, like freshly painted. Here we have the Spider-Man head sculpt. Mine's got a tiny bit of paint chipped off right there. We could see the red coming through. I wasn't a big fan of that, but hey, it's right out of the box. And here's Venom. Okay, the whole Venom body. You see the purple and the blue paint in there. The white spider symbol. He's just a beast. Look, his thighs the size of my fist. And he's going to key in right there. And then the other foot will land right there in that indent for the foot. I had to put some good amount of pressure to get him keyed in all the way. So keep that in mind. But yeah, he's just a beast. Here's his right arm. Again, the purple and the blue highlights mixed in. It just makes it pop, makes it look more alive. The sheen, the gloss coming over the whole thing makes it really look like a symbiote from the comic or the movie. Look at those claws. And his hand is like a quarter of the size of my hand. It's a big piece. So yeah, his right arm keys in right there. It's magnetic, pops right in. That's swiping over his head, about to take a swipe at Spider-Man, rip up his chest or whatever. Oh, I couldn't imagine those giant claws taking a swipe at you. Here's his left arm, again with the purple and blue highlights. It's pitch black on the inside. They didn't really paint the inside again. The outside, you can see all the highlights. You see the claws, the sculpting, all the detail. But I think this could have done the inside with some of the purple and the blue highlights right in there, maybe in the palm a little. But this one you don't really see the inside paint job so much on the right hand. You definitely do, because of the way he's posed, but what are you gonna do? It still looks great. And look how massive he looks. And here's his head sculpts. Comes with 2 different head sculpts. Got more of the classic type of Venom. Sorry, there's an ambulance going by. I don't know if you can hear that. Here's the more like McFarlane-esque type of Venom, I guess you'd say. Very nice. The huge underbite there. Look at the teeth. They got like a wetness to them. The sculpting and detail is just amazing. Like the smoky eye. It just looks spot on Venom. But this head sculpt is where it's at. This is the one I'm going to be displaying 95% of the time, with that big tongue out. The teeth just look so much more menacing and crooked and long and wet, and the tendrils connecting his jaws are all wet and slimy. Just everything about Venom looks sleek and wet and moist. The symbiote, the teeth, the tongue. And just look how massive he is. This guy is a beast. And like, I love this statue. Very nice. XM and Prime 1 have been killing it lately. Honestly, probably making better statues than Sideshow a lot of the time. But it depends on the character and the theme and who the artist. Everything comes into play with these things. But whatever this artist was, clearly loves Spider-Man and Venom. And just the bell tower scene from the comic book is how Spider-Man finally gets the symbiote off by ringing the bell and the noise, because you know noise affects the symbiote and fire. So the whole thing, the display makes sense. It's so well done, the base. Here we got Spider-Man. Look at the shadows and the detailing on his muscles and his suit. And the symbiote crawling up his arm. That classic, crazy, contortionist Spidey pose that no human being can get into except Spider-Man. And he does it somehow while flying through the air on webs. But hey, he's amazing. And that keys in right there. That one keyed in very easily. Nice, smooth. Didn't have to push down and feel like I was going to break it. The head keys in right there. Simple magnet. Sticks very well. Don't have to really worry about it falling out. None of the stuff magnetized very well. And the seam lines are hidden pretty good. You don't really see the seams, especially with the way they designed Spidey's suit here with the indented lines in his suit. The seam line almost disappears. Look at the leg. The seam looks the same, and there's no seam in the leg. That's just the way it's designed. Then you get this extra piece of symbiote, and that keys in the back here, right under Venom's foot. And that's gonna be the piece that's crawling up Peter's arm. So key that in there. Pop it into place right. Make sure it's connected to the other side that goes up Peter's arm. And that's it. And now you have the symbiote alive, coming off of Eddie Brock now, reaching out, crawling up Spider-Man's arm. Spider-Man about to get slashed open, but at the same time about to thwip his webs in Venom's eyes, distract him long enough probably to avoid that huge swipe he's about to take. But yeah, just this is what a good statue does. It tells a story, and this tells a great, complete story, this statue. You got the base telling this comic book story, and the Easter eggs in there, and you could just see this part of the fight. Like, I could see this fight from beginning to end, and now this is the middle right here, and Eddie's about to get him, but of course he's not going to get him. Spider-Man's going to web his eyes up and make some crazy escape, make a funny quip, and whoop, Venom's butt in the end of the day. Sorry, but that's the way it goes, Venom. But look at how massive Venom is. Like, the classic. Look at my fist compared to his hand. He's huge. Muscles on muscles on muscles. That guy is just a beast. The claw, like those claws look sharp, like they could do damage. And like, just look at the guy's pecs, his back. Here's the other head swap out. Looks pretty good. I feel like this one you can notice the seam in the neck a little more, but still, you can't really see that seam. He did a great job hiding the seams. And I feel like the other one is just a better head sculpt. Looks cooler, but you can notice the seam a little more on this one, especially like up on that left side under that collarbone. But it looks great. Like, if nobody pointed it out to you, you wouldn't see it probably. You know, if you didn't see somebody swap out the heads, you wouldn't notice it. Another thing I'm noticing is that seam right there on the back of the head. See that? Kind of goes from the jaw all the way around the back of the head. I just started noticing that seam, and if you look at the other head sculpt now, it has it too, but it's a lot less noticeable. Again, this head sculpt just hides the seams better. It's because it's like more tucked under the cranium to the back of the neck, but they both have that seam. I don't know why, because it's one solid piece. It looks like they must have had to put them together at some point in the process, production. I don't know. But here we go. Try to get the whole thing in one frame. It's pretty big statue. I didn't get the exact measurements in this video. I'm sorry, but I should have busted out the tape. But he's probably about 26 to 28 inches tall from the bottom of the base to the tip of those claws. He's pretty tall standing. And then obviously it's fairly wide with two characters. Spider-Man almost completely horizontal. Eddie's got a pretty big lean to him, so the width space takes up a good amount of real estate on a shelf, width-wise and height-wise. It's gonna take up some real estate, but it's well worth it. This is a great statue and an eye-catcher, and anybody that walks in, sees this in your display, is gonna take a look at it. I can almost guarantee it. So, yeah, there's my Spider-Man vs. Venom statue. This is my video. If you like the video, like, comment, and if you like the piece, pick it up at Sideshow. Thanks.